We're taking another look at the 2025 recruiting class, and today we're shining a spotlight on 4-star cornerback Jamar Beal-Goines, who signed with Texas A&M. We're going to be looking at his highlights. We're going to be looking at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're looking at the 2025 recruits every day this offseason, player by player. You need to know what your new players look like before they hit the field. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're starting off with his 24/7 Sports player profile page. If you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a few minutes, you'll get there. He's rated as a 4-star prospect in both sets of rankings here for 24/7 Sports, ranked as the 15th best cornerback in the class, and listed at 6 foot 170. This is dated, so we're probably bigger by now. And looking at the offers here, we got 20 offers, which is good. Big schools looking at him, mid schools looking at him. Arizona, TAMU, Arizona State, Boston College, California. We got a good market for him, and what they're saying is he's one of the most explosive athletes in the West. He clocked a 10.43 100 in the spring. He's speedy. He's got speed to burn. 4.2 vert, 40.2 vert, I mean. That means we're explosive. That means we're explosive right out of the blocks. He's a physical corner who does a nice job playing the football and shows the ability to play the boundary at nickel. He has the speed to turn and run with anybody. I bet you these are fun highlights. Let's look at these track times down here, though. 10.43, 10.52, 10.59, sub 22, and the 200s. Speed, dude. We got the 400 meters. Michigan, Florida, TAMU, Missouri. Big time market for him. TAMU fans, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You're watching a fun prospect here. I guarantee it. Guarantee. I'm reacting to these highlights. They're going to be fun. I bet you. I bet you these highlights are going to be fun. 6.5 minutes here. Let's rock and roll. I bet you got a player here. Let's see here. Is that him with the pick? Is that him with the pick? It's downfield. Look at this. Casual strike. There he goes. There he goes. You see it. Kick. He's got speed. Didn't even see all of it yet. I know you didn't see all of it yet. So TAMU, you're getting an instant kick returner if you need it. If you need it, you got it here. Look at him go. Look at him go. One of the fastest players in the country. One of the fastest players in the country right there. Good pursuit to the ball. Uh-oh, he's going to track this guy down like a deer. Like a deer, we're tracking it in the field, and there it is. There it is. Not the only guy on the team with speed. Not the only guy he had a teammate with him, hanging with him. There he goes. It's it. It's over. There he is. Holds balance, too, while going that fast. Look at the lettering in the end zone. That's pretty sweet for a high school field. I almost said tight like I was in the 90s. Had to stop myself. Here we go. Come back. Reverse field. Oh, yeah. This should be technical. Bo Jackson right here with this speed. There it is. There it is. Good speed. Good speed. This is what I want. This is what I want when I see times like that. I want to see that reflect on the field. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get a slower time and it reflects like this on the field. Sometimes, maybe a player to a class. There it is. Bam! Goes after it. Goes after it. Sticking with him. There it is. There it is. He's fast. He's fast. He is fast. He's that 40 plus inch vert. What did it say? 42 or something like that, or 40 point something. I forget. That is an indicator he's explosive. We saw that right off that release. He's very explosive. I would get him both ways a little bit. Like, not full-time at wide receiver. Nothing like what we saw with Travis Hunter. Corner's good if that's his primary position. But with that speed, just certain packages late in the game or just as a switch-up, as a curveball or a change-up for a different look. You throw him in the slot or something, see what you can do with him. Here and there. Like, I'm talking like 5 routes a game, if that. Like, you got to utilize that. Special teams for sure. He can hit. He can hit. Look at him. Bam. So, the explosiveness is huge for this guy. Because if, like, say, you get beat off the release, you're getting back with that wide receiver pretty quickly. You can stay stride for stride all day long. You get beat, you're back with it. You close that distance quick. You can allow distance and trick that quarterback into throwing that target. Maybe come up with the pick or disrupt it, kill the play. You could definitely do that because you're going to get back to it. You're going to close the gap. You can play cat and mouse that quarterback. You're going to be good at it. And you're going to be able to do that at the higher level at college football. Here we go. Now, if you're wondering what 40 time that would go to, if you're like not really processing how fast he is, he's easy 4.3s. He's easy 4.3s. He can jump out the roof. He can jump out the roof. He's good. He's good. This is a very talented cornerback class. And so far, as we're going through this, about 15 to 20%, as we're like, 110 players deep going down the rankings, look at them, about 15 to 20% of them are defensive backs, cornerbacks, and safeties. That now that I think about it, because we're at like cornerback 15 down in the rankings, plus whatever safeties, and we're a little bit over 100, like 110. And I think we're like 8 to 10 safeties deep. So around 15 to 20% deep of defensive backs. So in any other class, he'd be ranked a little higher. And there's a lot of good DBs in this class. So think of it that way. So I can't really say that they're necessarily low on him. Like I said, getting him at wide receiver might be something you want to play around with. Maybe not have him there full time, because there's skills there at cornerback that you're not going to get too often. Like right there, just being able to run straight up with dudes. And you're going to get to the point of the clips where they're going to be boring, because it should be at the cornerback position. It should be him just running with the wide receiver, staying stride for stride. Now, I think if I had to suggest anything to high school players who are doing their film, especially huddle highlights, I would not be afraid to show more of those, because anybody who knows what they're looking for, they see that, they know what's up. They know what's going on. Like, you're running stride for stride, you got the dude locked down, like, they should not be throwing your way. And we got that. We're seeing that more with defensive backs in this class, but they shouldn't be throwing your way. They just shouldn't be. If they're throwing your way at the high school level, and you're considered a top-level prospect like this, that's a red flag that I'm asking questions about. You need to show that, and you're doing a good job right now showing that. See more should go the other way. There it is. We had two more that did that. A bunch of other corners didn't, though, in this class. I want to show the highlights, the big moments. I want to, like, if you have to hit the transfer portal multiple times, this is going to help you. Even like little videos for me. Like, you don't understand. Like, this stuff is a tool for you. You want that public. You want to show everything. He's showing it, though. He can run stride for stride with everybody. He can do it with anybody in college football, honestly, because of that speed. He showed that ability. And there's nothing different from a guy in college in that, because it's faster. It's more nuanced. But he's got the ability just to close that distance if he gets beat. He's got that ability. He can bait quarterbacks into the target by allowing that cushion and getting back to it. He can definitely do that. He's so explosive. He's one of the most explosive players in the class, and he's also one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in the class. I imagine there's a couple guys that are up there. I'll say up there because it's hard to really gauge it, and it doesn't really matter to me. But speed is speed. He can burn you. He's going to burn the SEC. He's going to burn that up. Kick returns, that's a huge get off the rip for Texas A&M if they need it. That's a huge get off the rim while they're allowing him to develop and climb the depth chart there. And you're going to get a splash playmaker here. And I would say usually a talent like this needs to move up the rankings, but this is a very talented class at cornerback and safety. There's a lot of talent there, and it's kind of getting mushed together. And he can climb the rankings a bit. I can definitely see that, but I can definitely see why 24/7 Sports looking at all these talented cornerbacks. They're kind of meshed together. It is a very talented cornerback group that we're looking at here in 2025. Now that I think about it, we're like 110 or so deep into the rankings. We're at 115 with him, but there's a couple players I've held back a little bit for different days due to, like, I like to stack teams together or conferences together, or weekends I'll do the bigger name schools. So that being said, we're about 15 to 20% so far of the class being defensive backs. That is the indicator for that, and there's some big prospects here, and he's one of them. He's one of them, and this is a guy that in any other class would be up there in the rankings, top 60-ish to 40-ish range in the rankings for 24/7 Sports, or at least how I imagine his talent. So I imagine his talent higher than what he's ranked at is what I'm saying. He's better than what he's ranked at. The dilution at the defensive back position this year is causing that, but it could be 24/7 Sports too. It's not like they always get it right, and I'm never really on their side all the time. Maybe partially, but mostly against it, because we're going over to scouting reports and I see stuff that it should have mentioned, or they're too low or too high or whatever. This is a very good prospect here. Good speed, good athleticism, very explosive. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.